In today's video, I'm just going to walk you through how I achieved this trendy style. As you can see, I pleated the net fabric and pinned it before placing it onto the sequin fabric at the bust area. This is what the velvet sequin looks like. I had to hold it down with a temporary stitch first so I could take out some of the pins to enable me walk properly. Here I'm just stretching out my fabric to make sure it's not squeezed before I start sewing. I made sure to reinforce the first few stitches at the bottom so that it doesn't move out of place. I just did back stitches all the way to the top on this area where I have the pins lined up. To hold the plates down permanently, I use running stitches. As you can see, I opened up the layer that's on top of the one I'm about to sew, and I'm sewing right under the next layer so that when I close it up or when I leave it, it covers up the stitches. You'll see it better when I get to the front part. And I made my stitches bigger so you could see exactly what I'm doing, but it's advisable to make the stitches smaller so they become more invisible. You can see that there's no sign that I've sewn it down when I leave the second layer. You repeat the same process on every layer until you exhaust them. I left a little opening at the bust area where it connects with the sleeve so I can tuck in the velvet fabric before pinning it down and sewing it neatly. By the way, the bust area was also hand stitched like I'm about to do for the sleeve. I didn't use a sewing machine to attach it. I pinned it down the same way I'm pinning this one, tucked in the edges and hand stitched it neatly. For the bottom of the blouse, I cut the material on bias so it could have a little bit of movement to it when I get to the curved parts. I always make sure the bottom fabric isn't squeezed awkwardly before I pin the top fabric onto it. After pinning everything in place, I hand stitched it neatly and added some stones to the bust area, and this is what it looks like. Let me know what you think about the outcome and if you'll be trying this method. Thank you for watching.